Guys, welcome back to Roladel.com. Please be sure to like and subscribe so I can bring you more work from home opportunities. In today's video, I'm going on no talking data entry positions for you guys. So you're going to want to stay tuned throughout the entire video so that you can see all 4 of these data entry positions I have for you. But before we get started, let me use this opportunity to explain what Roladel.com is all about. Roladel, your #1 freelance marketplace, where businesses of all sizes hire experienced professionals in a flexible manner to get their projects completed. At this point, we are all pros at shopping online. Just find the product you need, add it to your cart, click buy and wait for delivery. Very easy. Now imagine a world where it was this effortless to order any freelance service online. Design, programming, copywriting, SEO, social media, marketing and much more. Here is how it works. After you've signed up to Roladel.com, click on create job to create a job describing your project. You only have to answer a few questions here, like telling us about your job, what you really need done, select categories and subcategories of where our expertise needed to find your job, your delivery time, your job's image, and finally your budget. That's it. Once that's completed successfully, we will consolidate the details and get you loads of responses in no time. Receive messages from interested freelancers, compare and hire the best fit. It's quick, easy and convenient. Guess what? You have different payment methods of your choice and you only have to pay for projects you authorize. You are the boss. Oh wait, would you rather earn money from the side? You can get access to a wide range of options to make money from home, selling your services, watching YouTube videos and promoting your affiliate link. Here is how to sell your services. After you've logged in on your dashboard, click on create service to create a service describing your services and what you have to offer to buyers. What about watching YouTube videos? Click on the watch video and subscribe to open any video that interests you. Watch and earn passive income per each. That's not all. You earn lifetime guaranteed passive income just by sharing your affiliate link to your loved ones. Our support team is here 24/7 to help. Roladel, hire faster, grow better. Okay, now let's continue. This is a deal entry specialist role with a company called Warner Music Group, which a lot of you may know about. This job is paying around from $30 to $50 an hour. Although this is a fully remote position, it does require you to be fully vaccinated against COVID-19. So some major insight about the job description. So at Warner Music Group, they are a global collective of music makers and music lovers, tech innovators and inspired entrepreneurs. They're just stating that they are a game changer, creatives and their passionate team members. They just want you to know that each team's talent makes their collective bolder and brighter, and that they are guided by 4 core principles that underpin everything that they do across their diverse business. And those 4 underpins are just that music is everything. Global wealth, local expertise, innovation and insight, and that they are empowered by people. So this job listing is listed as temporary. It does not give a time frame. Sometimes the job will say temp up until a year or 6 months for this specific role. It does not often happen with some of these positions. They kind of want to fill out who that employee is, so maybe we have you on for 6 months. And if you're not a good fit for the team, they go ahead and let you know. This is a 6-month position, but if you know things work out, we do have opportunity for further growth. So just keeping that in mind. If you guys are looking for little bit stability, this may or may not be that kind of position for you. But again, you will find out more of those details as you interview for the actual position. So this is just telling you a little bit more about the team that you're going to be on. So you're basically going to be collecting and processing data for the company itself. This is telling you about the role. So it states that the deal data entry specialist will play a critical role in ensuring the accuracy of the data for their label, recording merchandise, distribution, and licensing agreements upon which all their departments rely. You will have to work directly with business affairs and the GDO to clarify key terms and help answer questions from all levels around the company. So some of your job responsibilities are going to be things like keying and the data and new rights administration database, which will flow into several downstream systems. You will need to interface directly with the attorneys to obtain clarification of contract language and business practices. You're going to have to submit deals to business and legal affairs for review, which includes making any necessary changes and resubmitting for approval. You're also going to have to be willing to bring a sense of urgency and excitement to the role. So overall, it looks like though you will be processing a ton of contract documentation. So let's look more into the type of experience that you will need for this position. So they are looking for someone with 1 to 3 years experience in legal or contract administration, and you need to have a rights management or recording agreement. music industry experience, first-hand experience, interpreting and summarizing various types of entertainment contracts. So that's like recording license agreements, fan clubs, and so forth. You need to be able to demonstrate multitasking abilities without getting easily ruffled when priorities shift, and also you need to have strong interpersonal skills and entertainment industry knowledge. So if you have an interest in music, business, law, and technology, then you will be a great fit for this position. Let's scroll down and look at the salary. As you can see, it's $25 to $35 an hour. Let's go ahead and head into those keywords so we can try and maximize our resumes. As you guys can see, there are 5 keywords that I have taken directly from this job listing itself. I'll definitely screen capture or just save this video so that you can go back and look at it later. Since we have so many job listings that we are going to take a look at today, we're going to go ahead and head into job number 2. So let's go ahead and look into the number 2 data entry positions. So the number 2 position is a data entry operator and is with a company called Elevance, and it's paying a little bit over $25 to $50 an hour. And we will scroll down here just so we can look at the description of the job. So it's just stating you'll be responsible for operating a data entry app device to queue a variety of standard or complex coded or uncoded business and statistical source data into a computer. And then your primary duties are going to include things like you will have to perform daily claims for the customers and request account adjustments. You have to provide superior quality outcomes by taking ownership of claims to ensure timely resolution or follow-up. You have to process about 250 to 300 claims per day, achieve and maintain an accuracy rate of 98%, and you have to foster a professional and positive attitude. Look, as you can see, only a high school is required for this position. You have to have knowledge of claims, operations, services, and the various operations of the organization, products and services, and you just need to have previous skills, database system, related software, word processing, spreadsheets, etc. is required. So there are 2 tiers here, and you can see there's a data entry operator too. You need to have a high school diploma for this one as well, and then just a minimum of 2 years data entry and customer service experience, which is not bad for a position like this. Also, their preferred qualification is that you have a flexible work at home position. Also, you need to be able to provide superior professional service to customers and make significant contributions to the work team. As an independent contractor, you need to be able to process 135 to 200 claims per day. And this is talking about your metrics. So in other words, they're expecting you to meet a quota. So rated at 98%, and don't let that scare you again. I researched a bit about this company. It doesn't seem too insane, but sometimes you have to meet a certain quota for these jobs because you're doing a ton of data entry. It's not a lot of talking on the phone, and as you can see, we just passed the salary there, which is a starting rate of about $10 to $11 and some change. But again, I always put the mid to the highest salary because that's not what you have to take for these positions. So keep that in mind. Like I said, in another video, we're going to go over negotiation salaries so that you guys can understand how that works, because sometimes they will tell you if they're giving you a rate of a minimum to a maximum, you want to try it to hit that middle to high rank. You do not have to take a lower ending salary, especially in today's time where there is so much opportunity, because sometimes with the remote positions, especially if you go through like a recruiter, they will say everybody wants to work from home right now. So they are paying really low, but don't worry, there's always a way. That's why I try to do these videos to show you guys that there are high paying positions that do not necessarily require a degree. You just need to have things like some sort of experience, things of that nature, and that's even jobs I will start to post soon where you have no experience and you can definitely start to make a higher salary. So this is just basically going over the benefits that the company offers. Again, this is not listed as a temporary position, so I think they are looking for someone full on or full time. So definitely, consider that if you're looking for someone, full of stability, this particular job seems to offer that. I do believe you have to be vaccinated again. This is another COVID-19 vaccinated position. So let's go ahead and look into the next row, which is number 3. This next data entry position with a company called ExamWorks, and it's paying about $18 to $20 an hour. So you do have a medical background. So with medical bills, ICT, and CPTS performance will be given to you over others, and that's just because they're looking for someone with a medical background. So it's definitely open to all to say that they're seeking medical billing service professionals who are seeking to pick up important details in order to thrive in a fast-paced, growing environment. This position is 100% remote, and you must be able to work 8 to 5 p.m. daily, Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Friday. The good thing about this company is that they are stating all of your equipment will be provided. So all of your office equipment, your office phone, screen, keyboard, mouse, and virtual desktop will be provided. And then let's get into the responsibilities for this position. So you have to gather, organize, and prepare source documents for data entry into the appropriate system database. You also have to review data for discrepancies, missing pages or information, and resolve the discrepancies. You're going to have to enter both alphabetical and numerical data. You also have to follow data programs, security practices and procedures at all times, review data routinely, secure information by completing database backup daily. You have to perform other various clerical duties such as sorting, filing, emailing, and proofreading as required. Also, you have to maintain confidentiality of all personal and financial information at all times in accordance with HPAA regulations, and perform other duties as assigned. So kind of your typical data entry requirements for most data entry jobs. It doesn't look like there's anything too specific. It does seem to be a medical facility. So there are a lot of HPAA regulations there, but other than that, your typical requirements, and this would be your qualifications for the job. As you can see, high school diploma equivalent, you need to have a minimum of 6 months related experience. They're also looking for experience in the medical office, but that's a preference. It's not a requirement for the position. And then more into the qualifications, you just need to be able to complete knowledge of general computer, fax, copier, scanner, and telephone. You also need to be knowledgeable of multiple software programs like Microsoft Word, Outlook, Excel, and Internet, which is your basics. You must have a full understanding of HIPAA regulations. That's just basically like confidentiality when it comes to medical information. I would definitely encourage you to Google that information. You must be a qualified typist with a minimum of 40 words per minute, and I think most of you have that. All of us are using the internet so much. Other things like you have to be able to independently prioritize work activities and use time effectively. Must be able to maintain confidentiality. You also have to be able to work well under pressure or stressful conditions. So let's look at the very last role, which is number 4 in our list. This last data entry role is with a company called Civic Plus, and it is paying a little bit over $20 an hour to $25 an hour. This data entry role is a contractor role. So that just means that you will have to file a 1099 tax form, and more than likely they will not take federal withholdings and many other things. They may take state, but that's something to look into later once you get on with the employer. So let's look at the description for the job. So it does state that the Civic Plus has been around for a while. I have more than 20 years of an experience. It looks like they have several customers, 12,000 customers plus, and they also utilize 100,000 plus local government users and 340 million residents in the US and Canada alone. So the company has been around for a while, and it just states that since 2011, Civic Plus has been named by official INC magazine as one of the fastest growing privately held companies. So they are just looking for someone who is data-driven, innovative, data-oriented, and that this data entry position is part of the marketing team. So these are responsibilities as a civic contractor. You have to work on the execution of inbound lead cleaning to the handoff of the sales team. You also have to maintain the integrity of their CRM database, and you will have to continue to add to their pool of accounts and contracts for their sales team to prospect via targeted data acquisition. You also have to assign accounts and create lists to the account managers and business development specialists to upsell and cross-sell existing customers. These are some of the requirements for the contractor role. You have to possess a working knowledge of Salesforce or similar platforms. You also have to understand and distribute the qualified leads using a territory map, and you will have to drive a consistent approach for obtaining and consolidating sales data. So again, this is all the specifications for the job at the bottom. So thanks for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps. And another thing to keep in mind, I did not provide further keywords for all of the jobs because most of them are pretty much the same. So you guys have a great day. I'll see you next. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.